Hey everybody, it's Shelly from Down in the Dale. This is my week 27 recap of my Mounjaro Odyssey. Today is Sunday, March 1st, 2026, and this week I weighed in at 252.6. Last week I was 253.7, so that's a 1.1 pound loss this week. Round of applause. Yay. I started this journey at 287 pounds on August 24th, 2025. So that brings my total weight loss to 34.4 pounds, which is incredible. That is 12% of my starting body weight gone, which is averages out to 1.27 pounds per week lost, which is great. You want to be between 0.5, well, I shouldn't say you want to be, but you want to keep it low. You don't want to be losing 15 pounds a week. That would be crazy. Or even like 5 pounds a week. That would be crazy. So 1.27 pounds per week is great. 12% body gone. Amazing. Let's talk about results from my Renpho scale from this week, which, as you remember, I got it about 3 weeks after I started. So I got it on September 13th. And according to my Renpho scale, I'm down 25 pounds since September 13th, which is great. The body composition changes are where this gets really interesting. Let's break it down. Since September, my body fat percentage is down 6.3%. That's not fluctuation, that is real metabolic change. My visceral fat is down 3 points, and that's the fat around your organs, so the bad fat. Bad fat. So this is a huge health win. Here's the part that shocked me. My muscle mass says it's up 6.6 pounds, which is a little iffy because this scale is not one that has the bar that you hold. Those are a little more accurate. This one is just one you step on, and it sends a signal through your body, but only probably like the bottom half of your body, I believe. So when it says my muscle mass is up 6.6 pounds, that's good. I've been going to the gym. I went to the gym 3 times this last week. Yay me. I forced myself to go one day. The other 2 days I willingly got up. I mean, I'm awake already, so why not go? If you follow me on my Instagram page, Down in the Dale Pod, I think maybe, or maybe it's just Down in the Dale. I don't know. Just look it up. Instagram. I always post stories when I go to the gym, and this gym is open 24/7. So, you use your phone to check in, and the lights are on timers. So when you go in, especially the front door, it is so dark right. Well, not so dark because there's one light on in the inside of the gym. But one day this week, I actually was the only person there for a little while, which has not been the case in a long time. There's usually a few guys there in the morning. I don't know what time they get there because I get there about 6 and they're just ending. So they've been there a while. And so when I go to the gym, I post stories and there's this big scary light because the lights are on timers. It's a 24-hour a day gym. You can go anytime. You just have to check in on your phone and it unlocks the door for you. But when you come from the outside door inside the lobby, or vestibule as my grandmother used to call it, the light comes on and it's like, because it's dark and that time of day the sun's not up yet here. So go to Instagram and follow me there too. If you follow me here, it's time to say like and subscribe here for more of this nonsense. Anyway, my muscle mass is up 6.6 pounds at 60 years old, which is me. Most women lose muscle when they lose weight. I gained muscle. Yay! My fat-free mass is up 7 pounds, which confirms I'm preserving lean tissue. My body water percentage is up 4.4%. That usually improves when inflammation drops and muscle increases. And my BMR, my base metabolic rate, is up 69 calories. That means my metabolism is actually higher now because I have more muscle. That's huge. This isn't just weight loss, it's body recomposition. So let's talk about what needs work. My body fat percentage is still 57.4. Long term for metabolic health, I'd love to be in the 38 to 42% range, or at least ChatGPT tells me I would love to be. My visceral fat is 23, better than it was, but optimal is under 15. My skeletal muscle percentage is improving, but I'd like it. ChatGPT would like it closer to 28 to 32%. And my body water is still low, which makes sense with my higher body fat levels. So obviously, I'm not done, but I'm moving in the right direction. And at 60 years old, that matters. Let's talk about last week's goal. If you remember, I had that bottle that was 100 ounces, and I wanted to drink 100 ounces of water per day. I hit 100, at least 100 ounces, 2 days out of 7. Very good. The other days I landed between 80 and 90 ounces. And honestly, I'm proud of that because I'm shows I am drinking more water, and I know I drank more water. Believe me, I know. There's ways that you know. I use a 100-ounce bottle refill, and I weigh it at the end of the day to see how much is left. Very official, very scientific, and very detective agency. Hydration matters even more now because I've been reading about fiber. I read an article in Bloomberg this week, and apparently fiber is having a cultural comeback. For decades, nutrition experts told Americans to eat more fiber, and for decades, we all ignored them. But it's in soda, macaroni and cheese, gummies, Super Bowl commercials. But here's why it matters. More than 90% of women aren't getting enough fiber. Most of us should be getting 28 to 35 grams per day, and many aren't even getting half. I know I'm at least getting half because my Me Again app tells me that, which is on Apple, not Android. Sorry, Android. Fiber is good because it slows digestion, helps control blood sugar, increases fullness, improves heart health, feeds your gut bacteria, and helps with weight loss. And yes, it keeps things moving. GLP-1 medications like Mounjaro have also made fiber more important because constipation is common. That is practically the only side effect that I have. And here's what I realized. Water without fiber does not work well. Fiber without water doesn't work well. They are a team. Time for a Life in California story. This week, I'm going to talk about back when I lived in California, worked in Burbank, a new yogurt shop opened up just down the block from where I worked. One of those like Pinkberry where it's the tart yogurt and they had toppings and you just would go in and tell them what toppings you wanted. So we're standing in line. This place had just opened. Somebody came in behind us. I just turned to look and it was Gene Simmons. Yeah, that Gene Simmons. That Gene Simmons. But he wasn't looking like that. He had on a suit. Instead of being rock star flashy, he was curious. He asked how we heard about this place, what we were ordering, what we did for work, what we thought of it. He wasn't performing, he was researching. He was always doing entrepreneurial things. Who can say that word? No one. He was studying the business. That stuck with me. Successful people stay curious. They ask questions. And I think this journey is kind of the same thing. I'm not just stepping on the scale, I'm studying what works, especially with that Renpho scale information. Hydration, fiber, strength training, protein, muscle, metabolic health. I'm asking better questions about my body. So here's what I'm going to focus on for the next 90 days. Again, continue fat loss at about 1 to 1.5 pounds per week. Hopefully that will continue. Protect muscle, strength train 3 times a week. That's what I'm committing to, going to the gym 3 times a week. On the other days, I try to do something in the morning here at home. Doesn't always happen. It does happen 1 or 2 other days. Hit around 100 grams of protein per day to support muscle and lower my metabolic age, because right now my metabolic age says I'm 67. I'm 60. And with more muscle and less fat, the numbers come down. Overall grade right now, fat loss A, muscle preservation A+, metabolic improvement A, I don't believe that one, and consistency, strong. Week 27 is momentum. Small weekly losses, stronger body, smarter choices, forward motion. And hopefully the 240s very soon. I haven't seen the 240. Well, I have seen the 240 since I've been back in Michigan because I was 234 when I moved back to Michigan. And then I was eating my mom's cooking for a while and didn't care about stuff. I mean, didn't care about stuff. Didn't care about what I was eating, just ate what I wanted to. So I still am eating what I want, but it's better choices, right? That's what it's all about. So, like and subscribe, and come here next week again for another Life in California story and to see how I ended up next week. Everybody have a great week. It's supposed to be in the 60s one day this week. I'm very happy about that. But next week it's supposed to be in the 30s again. Yay. Michigan. Winter. Spring is coming sooner or later. I'll see you next week. Bye.